So if you're ready for a question, please raise your hand. We'll get the microphone to you.
Go right to questions, Scott.
What's that?
Read the questions.
Okay, we'll go right to questions for Coach.
Tim, what do you think it is about Illinois that they match up so well against you?
The first time we really played poorly against zone, and we were getting about 1.5 points of possession against their man, but their zone, we just weren't very good. And this time, I just thought, they started out so hot, it was kind of a completely different deal. So I'm not sure it's a matchup issue as much as the one matchup that hurt us was when we had Chemung out there and they got 11 straight points on him, and with Kipper and with LaRon Black before he got his second. And we're trying to get him out of the game, but he missed some foul shots and we couldn't get a stop. So, I think that was a critical point. It's not anybody's fault, it's just a bad matchup. So I think that was a big deal, but we just didn't guard today the way we can, and I think we had a point where I don't know what it was in the first half, but they got like 33 points on whatever it was for possessions, 32 for the game, and they only had 10 points on 22. So whatever that math is, it was just ridiculous that we had just kind of gone to sleep, and I just didn't think we hadn't practiced that great coming in, and we played that way.
Tim, LaRon Black had a career night today. You have some long, athletic guys up front. Some other teams do. What makes him difficult to stop offensively?
Well, he was a highly rated kid out of high school. He's a good player, and he's just growing into his own. I think it takes time. I don't care who you are, or how highly your talent is. It takes time to figure out what works for you, and I'm sure Brad's been a good influence on him. Not that John wasn't, but it just takes time to grow up a little bit. But LaRon was terrific tonight, and that lineup, didn't do us any favors right there. They got 9 offensive rebounds in the second half, and he just kept hitting shots.
Hey, Tim, how much discussion did you guys have among yourselves as a staff about changing defense in the first half? And then once you did, what did you like about the 2-3?
Yeah, we practiced in 2-3. Really, outside of that one, bad matchup where they got 11 points right away, we felt like we were kind of there, even though we didn't like the way we were guarding. So as long as we could, keep things close, we thought. But at halftime, I just decided, let's go out, let's throw 2-3 at them early, see what they do, and then we got a whole bunch of stops. I mean, they were still in the 20% range until way late in the game. So that helped, certainly. And we mixed in some 1-3-1 on occasion, too. But I thought, we practiced that 2-3, and it's pretty good with that small lineup. So it's not like we, just thought it up at halftime or anything like that.
Hey, Tim, you mentioned the pressure of the moment at times in previous games. At the end of that game, after you took a 5-point lead, do you think that had an effect with the offense?
I think it comes just to your mental readiness to compete. And so the first thing I look at is, when you talk about mental toughness, you talk about free throws. So here we are, tie game with 6:54 to go, and we have 8 possessions. 4 of them, we go 1 out of 2 at the line each time, 4 for 8. We make it 3. Glenn misses a point-blank layup. Palmer forces a layup, and then Palmer throws it out of bounds. And that's not pressure. That's just being locked in and doing what you're supposed to do. Anything else? You can yell it out. We don't need a mic.
Tim, this Illinois team has struggled all year, and your team's obviously fighting for the dance. What do you think was the difference in just how they approached?
Brad always has them playing hard. There's no doubt about that. They run their stuff. He made a couple good adjustments, I think, and got us on a couple different things on the spread. But really, I think those guys just, the fact that the kids have stayed with it, their buy-in's good, and they're still playing hard. They're still competing even with nothing to play for, And so I think that's, the mark of good kids and the right leadership.
Do you have a sense of why your practices weren't where you wanted them to be?
Yeah, I don't know. No, I'd write a book and retire somewhere sunny, sandy. But we addressed it too on what day is today? Sunday. So Saturday, Friday. Friday we had a little come to me boys meeting, and we practiced pretty hard after that. But then we weren't very good yesterday either. And you sit there as a coach and like, well, they're I know they want to get to the game, but you have to do the work to get to the game. So I know they took these guys seriously. There's no doubt about it. We know what Illinois can do. We know it's difficult to win here, but we just weren't up for it. We didn't. It's one thing to run to the fight, but you got to win the fight. And there were some really great hustle plays by both teams. I mean, you think of the one loose ball that was it was an amazing display of guys sacrificing their bodies and fighting for the same thing. And it was just really a fascinating deal. I think Trent ended up with it and missed a three. I think that was the play. And but I think that both teams, once we got into it, were there. But just our first half defense was just so disappointing. And even with that one bad stretch, it just wasn't very good.
Do you have NCAA worries?
Well, we were worried coming in, so yeah. Yeah, I mean, but it doesn't change anything. We were still worried. And we just have to keep, win as much as you can and see what happens from there. So it might be disappointing, but at the same time, nobody's going to feel sorry for you. Just strap it on tomorrow, get ready for Indiana, and let's play on Tuesday.
Tim, what's the concern with Glenn Watson right now? He seemed to really be fighting it today.
Yeah, I don't know. And I talked to him during the game. I brought him out and just talked to him during the game. And certainly this game is important to him. He's an Illinois kid. And but I think he's fighting his shot a little bit. His confidence level on his jumper is not where I want it to be. And but it didn't stop him from pulling up in transition down three. So maybe he's getting them back. I don't know.
Anything else for Coach?
Thanks.
Thank you.